King County actually has one of the highest cardiac arrest survival rates in the entire world, and a big part of that is because so many bystanders are trained in CPR.
I've been in situations where I've, wished that I knew more about CPR.
Have you ever come across this situation where you...
Yeah. A couple months ago.
CPR is a life-saving skill, and Seattle is ahead of the game. A heart attack, the easiest way to put it, is a circulation problem. And think about cardiac arrest as an electrical problem. That's when we do CPR. They're sudden, they're unconscious, they're unresponsive, they're not breathing.
One of Medic 2's goals is removing as many barriers as possible for people to learn CPR and have that critical skill and potentially save lives.
So we don't do pulse checks anymore, but what we do is we call them out. Hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? They don't respond, I feel safe, I can, hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay?
We've taught community CPR classes here at Seattle Fire Department headquarters for years, but recently we've built this partnership with Seattle Parks and Recreation.
What we want your heart to do is kind of this, like boom, 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 boom. That's great. We call that a normal sinus rhythm, and we love this.
Seattle Fire reached out to us, which was amazing, being proactive, and just said, hey, we have an opportunity to offer free CPR classes to the community. It just made sense to do them in the community centers because these are the binding hubs for our neighborhoods in Seattle.
And this is helping us get to more people, to underserved communities, to people populations who never were able to maybe find the chance to learn how to get certified to help them.
It was an easy 10-minute drive for me, and it looks like they're put on pretty much like every other week or something like that. So
My shoulders in line with the chest, my head over.
it was easy, it was convenient, and it was free.
If you would like a CPR certification card for any reason, it does cost $30, but we also offer that class for free if you don't want to receive a certification card. So say you just want the skills, you can come and take the class and not pay anything.
We have a couple ways to find the center of the chest. One way is if you go kind of on this low part, if everyone can do it as well with 2 fingers, you see the soft part right here, kind of under your chest. 2 fingers up, that's where we want to do CPR. Not on the left side, right, in the middle.
So we have 2 different options for classes. We do a hands-only CPR class. So you're learning basically compression-only CPR, how to use an AED, and then actually performing CPR.
Firmly on skin.
We also teach an adult, child, and infant CPR certification class. So you're learning CPR, how to use an AED,
And now flip.
choking intervention techniques
And then I'm gonna stabilize with this hand.
on adult, children, and infants. At all of our classes, you're gonna learn about what to look out for.
Agonal breathing is a reflex of your brainstem, and it's a sign of death. And so it can sound like a couple of different things, but mostly what it sounds like is that sort of sound.
So if someone goes unconscious, how to tell if they're breathing or not, and how to tell if their heart is beating or not, and then when to step in and actually start performing CPR.
You're going to do 30 compressions, 2 breaths. Just enough to see the chest rise.
Certification classes also include rescue breaths.
For infants, we're gonna start with 2 breaths.
Sometimes you feel intimidated doing it, but it seemed to go really well.
We get people coming in for different reasons.
I'm a personal trainer, and so it is a job requirement. I also work security in Fremont at a venue, and also just for the betterment of humanity.
Most people, I would say, want to learn to save a life.
Okay, clear.
No one wants to think about this happening, but it's a possibility. Actually, more than 70% of out-of-hospital cardiac arrests happen at home.
Besides wanting to be up to date on everything, I also take care of an elderly aunt. I have young children that live next door that I take care of occasionally, so I felt I needed to know what to do.
You knowing what to do to step in to help that loved one can be the difference between them living or dying.
I work in the field, in the wilderness sometimes, and so this person was, they were choking, and I had wilderness first aid, and everybody was kind of freaking out. If I have to step into a situation like that in the future, I think I'll be a little bit calmer and a little bit more sure of what's going on.
We want to save lives. We want eventually the idea that, I know it's hard, but everyone in Seattle can do CPR. That would be amazing.
Watch City Stream Tuesday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or find us anytime online at seattlechannel.org.